Hello once again. Uh, Taking a look here at the model, I've actually hit a bit of a stopping point. Got the nacelles mounted onto the pylons and everything's lit up well. Got the wires into the channels that I drilled out. Of course, just got the putty loose over it right now. I have plenty of time because actually I need to get proper, very teeny tiny drill bits for the windows in this model. But actually looks very good. I've actually got it just kind of rigged and wired, so I can just plug it in and see what it's looking like. And keep in mind too, the main ceiling light on in here, is bright in this room. But even with the lights on, turn it on and you can see it. So, like that thought. And then actually, if you turn the main light out, which I'll do here in a sec, but it's looking real good. I'm a little test light on the inside. It's not going to take very many lights on the inside of the engineering hall to get that lit. The main beast is going to be the saucer. The saucer's really going to take probably about 20 LEDs on the inside. Make sure it's well lit, as well as do my little trick on the inside of that with the aluminum foil to let the light bounce off of it. And with that foil, I to make sure it stays down, I'm actually using the model cement. And make sure it doesn't bounce back up. Yeah, Enterprise is looking good. Especially, this model with the, when you sand it down and you get rid of all those raised lines, which does help for the person who's, just going to use the lines for the painting. But after it's done and you've painted it up using those lines, I kind of don't like the look. So, I got those wires in there, just right now, because I want to light it up and see what it looked like. My fiber optic job that I was going to do for the flashing lights on the back of the nacelles didn't turn out all that well. Once I started, trying to get them in there and get those into the channels as well, they actually start to break. And since the nacelles and everything was already together, well, there went that bit. But, hey, we live and learn. Working on the next model and probably the next one, because I like the Enterprise D model build. And, we'll just go from there. More than likely, I'll just get smart like everybody else and just use the, small millimeter LEDs for that. So, but yeah, I'm going to have to wait until next weekend. Today's the 18th. I have to wait until next weekend to order those bits, or hopefully I can find the store which actually just has them. Here in South Central Arkansas, there's not very many places to go. Check and see. Hobby Lobby should have some, so I can just go into a store and buy some instead of having to purchase them and then wait for them to finally get here. I have plenty of time, and holes aren't going to take very much because all these windows definitely are not coming out. It's a boatload of them in there. I don't know just how well you can see that, but it's a boatload of them in there, and they are not going. They are not coming. Not all of them. Maybe 30 or so on either side. And then on the bottom, maybe 30 of them there, 35 there, and that'll be about it. Not a lot. I look at looking at the actual studio model and stuff all the time. During the movie, it's like, okay, how many lights do they have illuminated at any particular time? And it's never very many. So that's something else that I can live with. It's not very many lights being illuminated. There we go. So, I don't have all the lights illuminated on the Enterprise C. Definitely not fixing to do it on the Enterprise D, because the neck, those lights in there are just like, those windows, they are so tiny. The micro drill bits will really be going through their paces. And then, of course, I have the windows around here. I am going to try to have the two-color window scheme like on Star Trek Generations. Like I said, I've canceled up on using that color scheme unless I just feel like I got time to do it and got the masking, and I get started and find that it's not too difficult. But this is definitely going to be a challenge, and one that you really just don't want to get too wrong, because whereas Big C, not very many people, you're familiar with it, but not just familiar with it. It's almost hard to even come across a model kit, and that model, it costs $100 for me to get that from a website. But you know what, hey, I wanted one, so we nabbed it. But D, 7 years on television screen, and then Generations comes out. Yeah, we're familiar with the Galaxy class. So, but we'll keep right on going. We'll keep right on trucking. It is a beautiful model kit. Have some fun with it too. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do one. It's just gonna be totally different from any of the other. And just to have a Galaxy class starship done, but probably not done the way it's supposed to be. So that'd be a little interesting thing to do. Just something real easy, like kind of give me something to play with, and actually looking to try to see if I can get do one with a surprising detachable saucer, which when attached is running off of wall power, but when detached and on its own separate stand, it's operating on batteries, and find some way to get a battery slot in here, maybe in there, once you take it off, have a way to flip it down, slide the batteries in and out, and work on something. It'd be interesting to see if we can pull that off. So, and then find somewhere to have a switch. So that would be cool. But hey, don't know. But that is where we are at right now. Oh wait, let me get the lights off real quick and see just how bright this is. Close the blinds. There you go. Uh-oh. Yeah, with the lights out, still looking bright, so there you go. Of course, we'll have more on that later on as time goes by. Alright, all the modelers out there, keep on building. Maybe someday we'll be able to convince them that we need to go back to using models on the movies instead of CG.